What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got a nice competitive duel for you guys to check out. This is going to be a full match, so best 2 out of 3, which I kind of feel like is, if you want to prove that you're better than somebody, always challenge them to a full duel, because then you get the side decks involved. Then you can generally luck sack one time, but are you going to be able to luck sack twice in a row? I doubt it. Anyways, we got a couple of decks that I would personally classify as tier 2. Zombies at the bottom still have, in my opinion, probably the best boss monster of 2018 when it comes to a new card being introduced in the game. That's Baller Drock, double disruption built into that guy. He is incredible because if you have another disruption outside of him, then you have 3 disruptions, which I consider to be the magic number in Yu-Gi-Oh! Then we got Zephyr at the top, a deck that a lot of people don't really consider meta relevant, but you gotta understand that Zephyr can do almost all the same plays that Pendulum Editions can do. Like, you can make the same exact monsters, F.A. Don Dragster, and a lot of the other things like Vortex Dragon, so it's a strong deck. Anyways, let's see how this is going to go. I believe Gozuki is going to be the normal summon, activates the Mothman. Unfortunately, he discarded the copy of Chupacabra, which sucks because he doesn't have a danger monster in the graveyard to special summon, so he just loses out on that effect. But it's okay, he's still able to get the Vampire Sucker. He's still able to get Link Karibo and Baller Drock on field. Baller Drock now has a disruption, which is pretty damn nice. And I think he probably is going to want to use it earlier or sooner than later, because you want Baller Drock to be online. Unfortunately, he is going to lose out. He's going to lose out to the Ghost Bell, which is going to negate that effect, and he's going to actually lose his Zombie World. Now, the thing about Baller Drock is, if he doesn't have Zombie World, then your opponent can just activate as many effects as they want, as long as they're not zombies, and he can't really do anything. So that's unfortunate. Now, this is where drawing the Mare comes into play. He goes for the Yazzie, but he can't actually summon Mare because it's in his hand. He can still summon Zephrani, which is nice because a lot of decks can't even use the Yazzie's effect if they draw their Mare, but it would have been just significantly better, obviously, if he had the Mare in his deck. He would have been able to get a bunch of monsters. You can see here he can't actually even out the Baller Drock because, you know, 18 ain't as strong as 2000 defense, and Baller Drock's going to be in attack mode. Probably going to run over. Actually, no, he's going to just activate the effect off of the Mizuki, get rid of Zephrani, and at this point, I'm pretty close to calling this one. I don't think that Zephyr are going to be able to come back. Well, no, actually, he just ends up getting killed right there. I mean, the Mare really made a difference that duel. It just was a dead card in his hand the entire time. Let's see, maybe if Zephyr can actually find a way to make a comeback. Looks like Zephyr is going to be going first. He activates the Dragon Shrine. I have no problem with this because usually if you're dueling against pendulums, I think that ashing this is a good play, because if you let them get the Dark Worm in the graveyard, they just summon it back and then they get a free card, and if you ash it at that point, you let them get a monster on field for free. So it's like, just ash the Dragon Shrine. I think it's a better play, and you know, it's a hard once per turn on Dragon Shrine if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, Cerberus is on field. He is going to go for Electromite. He's probably going to have to place his Zephrani in the Pendulum Scale, which he does, but it's fine as long as he still has the double scales to Pendulum Summon. He's in business. Plus, he's going to get Zephrani Surge, maybe get a Zephyr Divine Strike, and then he also has Destrudo in his hand, which can be used as well. So, Destrudo is going to be used, and he's able to get a pretty good board of double disruption. He has the Zephyr Divine Strike, that's a Infernity Barrier, then he also has the copy of F.A. Don Dragster. So, he has a couple of negations, and his opponent did use a hand trap, so he has less cards than he would normally. He's going to activate Zombie World. That gets negated. I don't know if I would have even activated that unless you really feel like you can push through that F.A. Don Dragster. I probably just would have held it or something like that. Anyways, this is where Dangers show how good they are. Oh, well, not quite yet. He gets card destruction. That gets kind of wrecked. And you know what? Actually, he didn't do anything. Wow. I don't know why he didn't activate the second Danger Snake in his hand. I mean, yes, it's a 50% chance that he'll hit the damn snake, but that's not the point. He still could get Baller Drock in the graveyard. Baller Drock would actually be special summoned during his opponent's next turn because he has a field spell. So I would have personally went for it. You don't know what you're gonna draw. You might draw, you know, the perfect out or something like that, but you know, I feel like if you're just gonna go Danger Snake pass, I don't think that that's gonna get it done. And I feel like Zephyr probably are going to be able to, he's going to be able to mount him probably. He goes for the Odd Eyes Vortex. He bounces the snake to his hand, which was actually just baffling to me. Why would you ever give your opponent a danger monster back? Because you're giving them another opportunity. Now, Unizombie is popped before it can even activate. Danger Snack is going to be negated. I guess he thought he only had one snack, but he gets jebaited because he's got 2 copies of that boy, and he got the baller drop, but he doesn't have another follow-up play. He draws into another Unizombie. He does not have the normal summon. However, it's weird because he's getting to the same place that I was talking about in the earlier turns, where Baller Drock is trying to threaten, threaten itself to come out on the field, but he is using Vortex on that. The good thing for the zombie player is if your opponent's negating your Baller Drock, then you have, obviously you can use the Unizombie. He negates Baller Drock again, and Unizombie's probably going to come down, activate the effect. So I was like, dude, he's still in this duel, especially if he can get Baller Drock. He can potentially, get rid of the Vortex Dragon, which you can see that he easily did. And I was like, yo, I think this is actually the comeback. He's going to run over his monsters, not quite enough damage to end, and he has Psyframe Lord Omega. Not bad. I don't think he made any Link monsters. I'm like, Borreload Savage Dragon might have been better. Unfortunately, Omega is just not the card for this situation because he's able to play something first. I think he's going to bust out Yazzie in this duel, so we might see Yazzie in every single duel. Once he got the Yazzie out, I'm like, all right, it's pretty much a wrap because this time he does have the Mare in his deck, and Mare against an open field, it's just going to be, super fodder for Link summoning. Or actually, no, I stand corrected. It's actually fodder for Synchro summoning. I'm so used to seeing Yazzie used with like Link monsters, and that card being used to facilitate like Link spamming. I totally forgot that it's a tuner, right? Isn't Yazzie, or excuse me, isn't Mare a tuner? Yeah, it's a tuner, and I don't think that I've ever really seen it used for synchro fodder before. But final duel. And let's see, I think that, zombies get the open. Open's pretty good. He's going to normal summon the Unizombie as he drew that. Has 3 monsters on board. I thought maybe he would go for a Summon Sorcerer's play here. Or, yeah, I thought that would probably make the most sense. And, he has a lot of monsters on board. Maybe Saryuja. He could go for Saryuja Skull Dread. Instead, goes for Vampire Sucker. Now, my problem with this was, it wasn't the fact that he made Sucker, because Sucker's fine because it's going to give him a draw. He's going to get Baller Drock online. I just don't like him leaving these 2 level 4s on field. I don't know if he runs any like rank 4s in his extra deck. It appears that he just doesn't. I don't know if he needs all of these synchros, but I don't know, man. I feel like if you have this many 4s, you probably should be running 41. Like number 41 would have been perfect here. It would have at least just kind of slowed things down. Anyways, I believe Ghost Bell stops Baller Drock from hitting the field, which is really good. If you ever have like Called by the Grave or Ghost Bell and you shut down the Baller Drock, especially Called by the Grave, you can just wreck zombies because he doesn't really have any defense other than the Ash Blossom. And he actually goes for the really big Yang Zing, the Chow Fang, which you hardly ever see, but he's locking out Earth monsters, which I don't know. I mean, it stops Mizuki at least. And then he comes with the perfect counter, the 9 pillars of the Yang Zing, which actually puts Baller Drock back in the deck. So now he doesn't have to worry about trying to negate it turn after turn. Let's see if he can actually do something. Ash Blossom is used on Unizombie, which was really smart. And the thing is, he still has the ability to Pendulum Summon during his next turn. He goes for Borreload Savage Dragon, but before he can actually equip that Link monster, he gets blasted by the Zephyr War. So Borreload Savage Dragon not finding its mark. Dark Worm was an incredible top deck because now he should be able to go for Electromite just off his normal summon. He has Pendulum Scales. I believe that in his hand, is that a 10 scale? I think this guy might be. No, it's a 0 and an 8. Okay, so he got Chronograph, but this guy was actually a 0. So he did have to adjust his scales, but you can see zombies are pretty much out of this duel, and he's even going to, I think, he drops that Strudo in the graveyard. This means he's probably setting up for a Mare Yazzie play, and this probably is going to end. Oh no, he doesn't go for Yazzie. Oh my goodness, Anja baited. He goes for, he brings out the Yang Zing guy. He brings out this one right here, the treasure. Zafrani is the secret of the Yang Zing. He brings out this one, which is completely, wow, that's completely shocking. Doesn't bring out Mare, and he has Mare in his deck, unless, I don't know, he did something crazy. Like, it's not in his graveyard or anything like that. Anyways, he synchro summons for Cloud Castle, brings back the Chow Fang, and now he's actually going to go for True King of All Calamities. This is pretty much a wrap. because no matter what his opponent draws, unless it's like a Regeki, which I don't even think Regeki would matter because he would still have the ability to pendulum summon, brings back Warlord Savage Dragon, but he realizes it's pretty much a wrap because I can attack Cap G. If anything, he could just simply pendulum summon one of these random monsters in attack mode. He could crash the True King of all calamities into the Warlord Savage Dragon, and then he'd be able to attack directly, and that would be GG no Re. So I feel like that was actually a pretty good duel. I think that the third duel was probably the best out of the three because in game one you had a brick, and then in game two a little bit of a brick with the zombie player, but game three both players definitely showed some power plays. I mean, I don't think I've seen Warlord Savage Dragon summon in zombies, but he still should have been running number 41 in my opinion. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that duel. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.